All of you guys have very impressive life experiences in all your respective fields, and so it's definitely an honor to discuss this topic with you guys and then see where we take it for the rest of the evening. So what I would love to do is give you guys a chance to quickly introduce yourselves, and then also maybe why are you excited to be here actually.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be here. My name is Mehima Klinger. I'm the founder of the Mehima Mindset.
My name is Nicholas Miller. I'm a professional snowboarder, and I'm excited to be here because, like failure should be like my middle name.
My name is Paco Savio. I'm the co-founder and creative director of Balboa, the gym, and I've got a big collection of failures, and one of them that I want to really share right now with you is that I own a gym, but I never train. I own a bloody gym, and I'm 20 kilos ahead.
My name is Manu. I'm a professor at ETH of Learning Sciences, the science of how human cognition works. But what I ever wanted to be as a child, what I dreamed of, and I did become, I was a professional footballer, which to the non-Americans is the real football. Right? But over a course of injuries, that didn't work out, I had to quit that, so I became an engineer. I was bloody horrible at that. I was at 30, broken, nothing worked in my life. And so I decided to do what any rational person would do, is to become an academic. So I thought, since I'm failing so well, I might as well research the topic. And that's how I started to work on this concept that I call productive failure.
I've failed many times. I've fallen on my face several times over. I have started many business ventures, and most of them have failed. Luckily, a few of them were successful, but I have lost tons of money in the process. I've gained money in the process. I've made amazing experiences. I've also had terrible losses. And sometimes you walk through life and you know all these theories, and you think you're going in the right direction, but you're actually walking in the completely wrong direction. I'm pretty sure most of you guys can relate to that. So it's this voice in your head that keeps telling you, on and on and on what you're doing and what you're supposed to be doing, and then you turn around and do exactly the opposite. So on that note, I would like to give over to you guys and discuss a little bit about have you ever failed and what have you done failing. So what was the biggest, or let's say, what was the biggest failure you ever had, and how has it impacted you?
Like I said, my first love was football, so I'll tell you a story from football. When I used to play competitively, and people used to ask me, so what are your best matches where you played your best? And I would always say, well, if you think about it, the ones that were the best matches were the ones where we lost narrowly against a really good team. And the reason was very simple, because in those matches, even though we lost, it brought me to the level where I understood that here is the physical and mental maximum, the limit of what I can do. And it also made me understand me as a person, as a player, my team, our capabilities, and it showed you a mirror as to where you could go if you wanted to work. If you can design experiences where you reach that limit, the edge, to go to the edge and back. It's a very delicate balance, but if you get there, be happy.
Yeah, love is a place I felt. Yeah, man-woman love, man-man love, woman love, whichever way you go. That's one of the strongest places where we've just got to, keep on going. You get knocked down, something happens, you feel your heart's broken, and you've somehow got to find again the inspiration to love. So I think, yes, love is a place where I have experienced failure, and it is a place where I am going to enjoy to continue. Because when you really want to go beyond the ego and experience a real, beautiful quality of life, it's all about relationships. And I think it's a place where a lot of us are failing frequently. And the question is, are we learning? Are Are we learning? Are we developing? Do those moments when we argue, someone mentioned arguing with somebody, does that bring us forward, or does that cut everything and crush us down? Right? So I think relationship is a beautiful place to think about growing and learning and developing, so that you feel like each year you're getting more beautiful relationships in your life.
But I would love to go a little bit into the ingredients, the basement of the topic. What is inside this bloody topic of failure? And first of all is the ego, which is the point of view. From our ego we feel, from our ego we thought, from our ego we make mistakes, because it's about a point of view. Because we got this ego watching and making like a judge, no, and putting pressure to us, and sometimes that is also part of the game, no, because it's also like a light and shadow. We don't separate that, because the light needs the shadow to exist. So it's like about existence, and the failure needs the success, and the success needs the failure to judge.
So for me, I never had a normal job in my life. And growing up in Switzerland, going to school, I just wanted to snowboard more and more. And I saw those guys, they actually made a living out of it. And then I told my teacher I want to do that. And I realized right away that was like a failure to even think that, to do that. And so on. So it was it started there. That's not a job. Like you're not going to be able to support a family and so on. Yeah, and then failure, of course, is like the 10,000 hours, right? I mean, for me, it's obvious. Like try a trick, and for the first time, it doesn't work, and you try again, you try again, you try again, until one day you don't give up. One day you land it, or it works out. Or even in competition. You go into competition and you don't win, you like failed, and you're like, but then you're honest with yourself and you're like, oh well, come on, like you were not really gonna win that, like you need to put more into it, like you need to fail more until you're ready with that. So then it becomes more like, did I fail other people's expectations or my expectation? And that's like growing up, like that's why my middle name should be Failure, because with everybody I talked, it seemed like it's a failure what I wanted to do for the expectations. But then I quickly realized, no, I'm not. Well, yeah, maybe I failed everybody else's expectation, but I don't want to fail my own, and kind of stay true to myself. And then so you like try and you fall, and it's hard work. But then at the end, you eventually like, you really do what you want to do right now. And it's all we have, is time. And then you start to enjoy yourself and you have fun. And then you go to the contest, maybe you win, but you don't win, but you still have so much fun. And that becomes more important.
Yeah, we're celebrating failure, but there is a big cost to it. Not everybody learns from it. We need to help people learn from failure so that they can use failure to learn. You cannot assume that you know how to deal with it. You just can't. And the only way to learn is not to read about it or talk to or listen to some arbitrary panel of people. No. You have to experience it, and through those experiences, you hope that you will get the opportunity. And if you have a good coach, maybe that can take you to a place where you not only just failed, but also learn from it.
When I was 24, I decided to move I was living in Boston, I was moving to Los Angeles, and I had this crazy idea. I wanted to produce a movie. This happened right around the time when the economy was starting to fall apart in the United States, only I was too self-involved to actually realize it. I found quite a few people who were crazy enough to give me quite a bit of money, and I ended up producing this feature film, which was in that time, the most horrible experience I ever had in my entire life. It was supposed to last for a few months. It ended up lasting for years. I was actually getting more and more depressed, and I was having a lot of health issues, a lot of different problems. And all I can encourage you guys to do if you ever get into this situation is that meditation and going back into yourself is extremely important when you're experiencing failure. I think it's important that we have a discussion about how did failure make you feel, and not only that, how did you actually come out of it? Because I think a lot of people these days, when I talk to them, I realize they're going through some sort of a failure experience, one of another, maybe relationships, jobs. There was a variety of things that can go wrong, health. And so I think it's extremely important that we share and learn from each other and also share these experiences. So I'd like to give over to you guys, whoever wants to start. Share.
I was fortunate with the age of 22 to meet a teacher that taught me how to meditate. And I found meditation and could do hours and hours of it, like easily. And that's actually why I teach what I teach, because it was just a gift. So meditation is one of the most effective things to be able to quiet what I call the monkey. When you can train the monkey mind to do what you want it to do, outside circumstances and events do not have to affect you as deeply. Like you get affected. So I have been affected, I get affected, but you're able to stop, unplug, take a break, refocus, fire up, and then come back and face the challenge. There is no time, there's only this moment. This is it. Every single person in this room is living most people are living in a fantasy in their head about a future that doesn't exist, or they're busy with a past that is over. So if you can train yourself to be more present in this moment, you're able to see through some of the things. So, I give myself an example. So my husband and I have been going through, I talked about love earlier, we've been 17 years together. And, in those moments where I thought we were gonna, this is it, we maybe come to the end of the road. It was very painful. But even in those painful moments, I was able to laugh and have fun and to say, if this doesn't work, that's life. Because all I actually have is this moment. So am I going to spend this moment in deep, deep, deep misery, or am I going to just say, okay, it's challenging, it's hard, but whatever's meant to happen will be, so I'll do my meditation, I'll have fun with my friends, I'll enjoy my work, and if we survive the storm, happy days. And if not, I'm okay with that too. So you get a detachment, you get to a place where you're less attached, and that's more ego, it's a less egocentric place.
I would like to give over to you, Nicholas, because I know you've had some experiences also with, like, when I watched your movie, I was really impressed by the story that you were telling when you had an accident and how that affected you. If you don't mind, if you could share that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was a reality check too. Like, you somewhat, then you start to have success and everything, and then that ego bubble just blows up and it goes bigger and bigger until it pops, and then it's gone, and I think it's a good thing, That bubble's gone. You don't define yourself with outside shiny things anymore, and trophies and stuff. And that's the real work. My friend who I met a couple years ago does Qigong. I don't know if anybody knows Qigong. And he calls it the cultivation of the mind. And he told me that too, like monkey mind is like all over the place, like wow, people like that, noises, and it's like, oh my god, it's like energy, you lose it, and if that becomes quiet, you're more like, your energy is more in the body, and you're more aware, and you're more in the moment. And he told me like, yeah, when you snowboard, you do Qigong, and I never really knew what he meant until I went to his class, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's kind of like when you drop in and that monkey mind just really becomes quiet and irrelevant.
I think it's really important to understand also when we fail or when we got the feeling of failure inside us is like an interpretation, a melodrama. So we really have to be careful about this preconception of melodrama, because we make, like in a movie or like in the opera, you know, big decorados and big walls and big lights that puts the melodrama and puts you into the middle, you know, with the monkey or without the monkey. You are melodrama and you fall, no, but this, we have to be careful. Because sometimes, because melodrama forces the mind to connect with the heart, and it's complex. Because it's more coming from the mind. And if we build a big melodrama here, the big melodrama here will put it in the heart. And there we are totally kaput. Because the heart is more strong in a way than the bloody mind. The melodrama helped the monkey to kill us. You know, the monkey.
I think the original question was, what's so hard about it?
So, what were you feeling when it happened, and how did you actually get out of it?
So I want to come to it from a lens of seeing things. And I mean, you're seeing me, and yes, I'm seeing you, but seeing is not a perceptual exercise. It's not just a sensory motor thing, it's a cognitive act. It's an emotional act. So when you produced a movie, and an acclaimed director sees that movie and I see that movie, if you were to come out, whenever we come out of the movie and you say, Manu, did you see the same thing as the director? No chance. Like, he would see all your successes and your warriors and fuck-ups as well, right? But I would not see it. So seeing is a very critical thing that we need to do to be able to learn something. If you don't see it, just will not learn, no matter failure. Like the guy said, you can fail twice, you can fail, but don't fail thrice. No, it doesn't matter. You will fail a number of times if you just don't see it. So one of the things that failure does is it gives you the opportunity to see. But because of the melodrama, the confluence of the emotive and other factors, you also lose the capacity to see. But if you have repeated failure experiences, your ability to see what is critical depends on your ability to generate your own contrast. But you can't develop this ability until you've had experiences of failure. So it's like a chicken and egg thing. There's no other way of doing it. Other than also having a mentor, perhaps.
Anything you'd like to share about starting up? I mean, you have a lot of experience.
I arrived to Zurich 5 years ago. I came with 30 years of creative experience, doing a lot of crazy games, a lot of crazy concepts, a lot of crazy projects. When I arrived here, I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be a piece of cake. So I put the t-shirt and I go out to the match and I play the game and I'm going to do 1 or 2 goals. So maybe not the first match, but for sure I'm going to play in the game because it's about play. So I went to the Zeta HDK, to the transdisciplinary department. I went to see the big bosses there. I was very intellectual people. They get paid a lot of money and they know a lot because they've been studying all the bloody life and getting paid a lot of money, and they're very good in what they're doing, and I really respect them. I'm not talking about them, please. And I went, very professionals in their field. And I've got this fantasy of making a dirty map of Zurich because I think Zurich is too clean. If Zurich wants to become a metropolis, we need to put dirty on it. It's not going to work. So, and they were really interesting, you know, all these big professors. Dirty map of Zurich, but you know, then nothing happens, and they don't give me the money to do the project. They don't allow me to. No, you can. They say your project is amazing. Do it yourself. Then I met Eric, and then we start dreaming together. And now we have like something that is concrete. You know, everybody in this city knows the Balboa. And it's good because all the dirty is the people sweating. Now I can feel very happy about this. And I'm crazy, but of course, you know, success is not also easy. When you have success, it's very complicated. Because also you have to confront yourself with a lot of problematica. And you are not failing, you are successful, but inside success, you also have a lot to deal, and it's not an easy game. No, it's not that okay. Before I fail and now I make it, and no, I have to wake up tomorrow. I have to keep on going.
It's so funny that you actually can relate the past and all these different stories that happened to you and have led you to where you are today. And I think if you didn't try all these different things, you probably would not be sitting here right now. It's probably the coincidence of all the different individual events, all the individual failures and successes that you've enjoyed or suffered from throughout your life have brought you to where you are today. And I think that's also something that's really important to understand. When you're failing, you're also learning. And when you're learning, you have an ability to move forward. So it's just part of life.
When you step outside the comfort zone, you have to trust it 100%. So you have to face the fear, and there is no fear. And I think in Switzerland is a very false sort of security around. Because security is always, you know the box, you know the rules, and then you know what it is. And then like, oh, we know, we feel secure. But at the very root of that is fear. Fear of just trusting that it'll be alright, and my feeling will be alright. That even though I'm different, I say different, not like everybody, and I don't do like everybody, but then when the time is right, you support each other in being unique, instead of like all being afraid together. Oh, you're afraid to do yourself. It's sort of like a connection. And yeah, so I wish for everybody to trust yourself in your intuition, whatever you want to call it, and then support each other in that way, that everybody's unique, and then you don't have to go in competition with your best friends.
How did you decide in the past when it's time to be persistent and when it's time to let go?
Sometimes you're working on a problem and you persist long enough, but and then you give up. Right? Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes the value of that persistence comes later. So think about it. If you've been thinking about or struggling with an idea or a problem, and you're not able to solve it, but a few days later or a few months later, something comes in an environment that suddenly makes sense of that. So it's very hard to answer that question. How much do you persist? To what extent must you persist? Because the effectiveness or the benefit of that is temporal in nature. You never know when that experience is going to come into fruition.
What I am excited about is getting people to be on a path that is so aligned with their soul, their joy, their talent, that giving up is not an option. It's like it would be like giving up on yourself. It's not about will it fail or won't it fail. It's about the process of being involved in that project.
This question comes up a lot with startups. So how long do I go? How homeless do I have to be? How little money do I need to have before it's going to be finally enough? And it's a wrong way of looking at the situation. You have to, it's not, and I think you mentioned this in the video actually, it's not always, of course there's going to be struggles, there's going to be challenges, it's not always going to be easy. It's like working out, right? Sometimes I start working out and 20 minutes in and I'm like, holy crap, how the hell am I going to do this for an hour? But then I last through it, and at the end I'm relieved and I'm excited, and all this stuff is happening with your body and you feel really good, right? So but the big problem we have very often is that we're so focused on the outcome that we always expect a great outcome, but it's very often just about the journey. So if more than most of the time, at least you can feel like you're running in the right direction and it's not killing you, then keep running.
Failing to bring out your full potential is the saddest failure of all.